Hello class, welcome to week 7. Hope everyone's doing well. Wanted to give a quick update and say hello. Hope everyone is about to have a beautiful and restful and thankful July 4th. My family, my wife and boys, were heading down to Ohio to see some friends. I don't know if I told you in my bio, but my wife and I are college sweethearts. Isn't that sweet? Yes, it is, I think. And we're going back to our alma mater because the dear lady who led my wife to Jesus during college is turning 60, and we're going to her surprise birthday. So that's what we're doing for the weekend of the 4th. Should be fun. And yeah, so as far as this week's assignments, last week you guys seem to be doing really well on the discussion boards and on the genre analysis papers. Just as a refresher, as long as you guys are covering the material on the genre analysis, I really prefer that you guys stick to the format that I laid out in the syllabus, which means that you literally just put a description of the genre, and you can even put description of genre at the top of the paper. Give that, then you give a list of, you say genre's major characteristics, then give a bulleted list of those, and then say summary of genre's function, and then give that information, and then a bibliography with at least 2 sources that are not a textbook. As long as you're doing that and your information is good and it doesn't look like you're skimping on the characteristics, like you're throwing them off the top of your head, I'm giving you pretty much full credit for those assignments. This week you've got another genre analysis on prophecy, and as well as the reading, obviously. And then you've got an application assignment. This is the only application assignment that you have for the course. It'd be really easy to kind of be flaky on this, but I promise you I'll be able to tell. And if you just literally do solid work, I will give you full credit for this as well. So briefly to go over that assignment, it's just a 1-page assignment. I want you to look at a way in which a passage or theme from the Old Testament informs your life, particularly your life or the life of the church. In fact, I prefer if you guys talk about them both together, your life and the life of the church. And then follow the steps that are outlined there in writing this application. 1, you need to identify the passage and locate it within a particular section of the book in which it's contained, and then the genre of the passage, and then the major theological truth expressed in that passage. So if you could divide it so it's very clear. So in bold, you're going to put the passage section of the book, and then you're going to put the genre of the passage, and then you're going to put major theological truth expressed in the passage as your 3 main sections of the paper. Obviously, the last section is going to be the longest, and within that section, you're going to need to answer the following questions. In what way is this passage or theme relevant to my own spiritual life and to the spiritual life of the church? Go ahead and write that question out, and then put your answer underneath that question, and then write the next question out, and do the same thing. So it's just very clear and straightforward, broken up throughout the 1 page, so that it's easy for me to follow through and see that you're addressing everything that you need to. So the final 3 things: in what way should this passage transform my church community? Does this passage have implications for the broader culture? If so, what are they? Now, you can rattle stuff like this off the top of your head, I'm sure, without putting much thought into it, but I will be able to tell. If you need to use some resources, use some resources. Otherwise, I need to see that you're really putting some thought processes in, and that you're utilizing some of the thought processes that you have developed throughout this course in drawing your conclusions. So be thinking in the mindset of how did this course and what I've been studying influence the way that I'm answering these questions. Does that make sense? And then your final discussion board on prophetic speech is this week, so I look forward to seeing your interactions on those. Always feel free to give me an email like some of you have. If you got certain confusions or hitting a brick wall in some of your discussions, let me know. And we will go from there. So the following week is the last week with the exam, and as you guys are well aware, the exams are tough, and I will be giving you another review and some pointers on how to study for that. And hopefully after taking the first exam, you'll have a better idea of what the exam will look like. So that's it. Hope you guys have a phenomenal week, a phenomenal holiday. And I know this is quite a bit of work this week, but it's a short class and it's almost done. So be encouraged. Bless you guys. Love you all, and talk to you soon.